Happy New Year. So today I have come back to my favourite, Stockhill Woods, to take some images of this lovely misty conditions. You probably can't see it that much. In the background you'll see the mist. So come with me through this nice peaceful afternoon walk in the wonderful, misty, atmospheric Stockhill. Let's go. Now what I'm looking for today is some misty trees, a bit of contrast, a bit of shape and atmosphere. I think we'll get that today. I've been here a lot. I came here this weekend, in fact, with the family. But that was a family trip, not a photography trip. So I thought I would treat myself on my day off after getting all my life admin tasks sorted. I had to take a quick jaunt up to Stockhill and come and take some photos. Now I've come a bit of a crazy way because I'm trying to go off-piste to get to the woodland. So I found a composition, which is what I wanted. Shape, the vertical lines of the trees, a bit of atmosphere from some mist, which is not that strong here, but we have a little bit of colour in terms of the form of a tree. Now, let's get the tripod sorted. Got my L bracket so I can shoot vertically. I'm going to use my 24 to 105 to hopefully get some of that wide angleness, accentuate those tall trees. I have a polarizer on it as well. That's hopefully going to get rid of some of the glare from reflections on the bracken. And if you remember back from my Wentwood Forest video, I don't think I had that much success with it, with the polarizer. But I think this is going to look a lot nicer because everything's wet. As you can probably tell, it's damp. So this polarizer is going to make life a little bit easier. Now one thing you may notice, is I've got my lens hood on. Now that's to stop droplets getting onto the front element, because that's a bit of a pain. So let's take this shot. That's nice, simple. The polarizer did quite a nice job of making the tree look a little bit more brown and not being so bright. I'll show you what I mean. So if we adjust polarizer, you can see that the ground gets brighter and brighter, and so does the tree. And if we then keep turning it, see that it gets darker and becomes a lot more subtle. Now with some clever editing, I'm thinking maybe something like an autumn effect. Ooh, will make it look really nice and ethereal. So let's carry on to the next place and see if we can find some more images. It's a lot brighter here because it would appear the trees, or these trees anyway, haven't got any leaves on them at all. So, I mean, I'm no botanist. I couldn't honestly tell you what type of tree they were, but it's nice. It'd be nice to come back. I'd say if when I come back in the summertime, because you know I like Stockhill. Any excuse to come up here, have a little walk around with or without the camera, I'll take it. I'll take it. Just want to take this opportunity to point out something really exciting. Now, a few months ago, I reached 100 subscribers on this channel, and as we speak, we're currently at 107. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of my subscribers for sticking around. Hopefully this channel will grow, we can grow a community, and you can follow my journey in landscape photography and photography in general. If you know other people who like this channel, don't forget to share it, and obviously like any videos if you like them, and leave a comment. I really appreciate that, and I will always comment and reply on anything that is left on my channel. I really appreciate it. Now let's get back to some photography, and let's try and find some more compositions. Now, I came here a while ago with my friend Ed, and I think it was over that way. We saw some nice trees, and there was also some kind of puddles, pools, puddles, ponds, mini lakes. I'm gonna try and see if that's still there and get some images of it. So let's do that. Right, I found the composition, finally, yay! So what I've found is, I mean, you will see the image, is there's a collection of Christmas trees, and they're staggered. Well, I say Christmas trees, spruce trees, and they're staggered, kind of one after the other. And then you look on in the distance at some big boy spruce trees. Now, the key to this shot is try not to get too much of the sky in, because the sky isn't particularly that great. Now, I'm going to swap out the lens. I'm going to go for, I think, my 70 to 200. Now with this lens, I can possibly zoom in a little bit more and get a little bit more detail with it. One thing I'm going to have to do though is probably bosh out the filter for it. 67 polarizer by Gobi. Now, if anyone else has got Gobi filters, I've talked about them before, but these metal trays, they look nice. They're a little bit annoying, Gobi. I prefer them when they're like this, so then you can stack them and you can label them. Just as a tip for all those Gobi chief execs that are watching this video. Filter is on. Now let's check this out. Live view. Yes, that's much nicer. I can get a lot more control. I can zoom in. I've taken a lot more of the sky out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on this front tree. Let me move you and you'll see what I'm on about, or I'll talk to you about it. So I'm going to focus on this tree here, and then I'm going to focus here, and then I'm going to focus on some of these trees. Now what I think I might do is lower the tripod down ever so slightly, just to get this separation from this tree. So let's just try that. Right, so what I've had to do is just lower the tripod. There we go, he's a bit lower. I've scooched him over, what, 6 inches to get a little bit more separation from the branches. Now let's get this image. Now you may have guessed what I'm going to do with this. It's going to be a focus stacked image, so I'm going to have this front tree in focus, that other set of trees in focus, and the trees in the background in focus. I'm going to be shooting at probably a fairly high aperture anyway, probably f11, and then whatever the shutter speed goes with that. we'll see. I want to keep my ISO as high as possible, 100, 200 if I can, just to remove any kind of chance for noise. Right, so gonna get wet knees, but needs must. So I'm gonna start the main images. Now, tip I've learned from Thomas Heaton is when you're doing any kind of thing like this, make it obvious in Lightroom or whatever software you're using, make it obvious at the start of the sequence. So I'm gonna take my hat off, take a photo of my hat. I have a 2-second timer set just to avoid any shake. And let's just, there we go, that's taken that. So now that is the start of the sequence. So what I do now, I go to live view, I scroll over to here, my camera is already set to manual focus, and I will then focus on that tree. So we zoom in like we do when we shoot long exposure, zoom in, focus on that tree. Now we zoom back out, we should be in focus. 1, 2, take the shot. Now, the second stage is focus on the group of trees in the distance. 1, 2, shot taken. It's just starting to rain. So let's get this shot done. And now we're going to focus on the far away trees. Now these are going to be a little bit in mist, so they're going to be a little bit more able to be out of focus if need be. But I have luckily taken the shot beforehand, so I know I've got an unfocused stacked image. And now, let's focus those trees. There we go. 1, 2, image taken. Beautiful. Now, I think I'm done. I've taken an alright amount of images and I'm happy. So thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe and leave a comment down below about anything really. If you like my images, if you've got any questions, anything, just jot it down below. And once again, thank you to all my 100 subscribers. And we'll catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.